Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight I would like to offer just a little mid-year check-in. I do the yearly readings in end of December, first part of January. And so we're just doing a little check-in to see, first of all, where you're at as far as energy goes. What energies are helping or assisting you, and then what energy or gateway is opening up going forward. So I'm using the Tarot Art Nouveau for the Where Are You At, the Dragon Path Oracle for Who's Assisting You, and if you don't resonate with dragons, just take the meaning and apply it to angels, because angels and dragons do work a lot together. And the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle, which is a really cool deck by Kyle Gray, and it shows different gateways and pathways of energy within the universe. So that's where we're heading in now, and we're gonna go elemental based. So we're gonna start with fire, and if you're curious as to why I read for the elements and not the zodiac, that is linked in the description as well if you're interested in that. Otherwise, we're going to start with our fire elemental energy, covering the zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So this is, and I'm shuffling and going as we go, so if it takes me a second, it's because the cards aren't talking. For fire, where are you at in this moment? It is the Six of Chalices. Things aren't exactly charging forward, but they're not going bad either. There's kind of a pause is what I'm getting right here, and it's kind of an emotional pause. It's like, okay, I've been there, I've taken care of that, I'm in this quiet point right now just before the next set of actions is coming forward, is what I'm hearing. And it's saying that you have acquired a partner or a friend with that, the two beings on here, so whichever one resonates for you. But they're saying that this is you and your partner, your friend, it could be a romantic partner, business partner, something, are now at a point where everything is set in motion, it's at rest. You kind of have a pause before the next step, but the next step is definitely on its way. So we will take a peek at which dragon energy is helping you with the Dragon's Path Oracle for our fire family here. And we have number 28, Mordwin. And I may not fully understand this deck card yet because I'm still learning this deck, so I have the book right here. But what I'm getting right off the bat is this is definitely a time to study the middle pillar. Those are the elements on the Tree of Life that are lit up. So that energy is definitely something to find balance and not to be distracted by the other things that are going on in the world, because it's just not worth it, is what I'm hearing. It's definitely about, to me, growth and maturing through that center point. So Mordwin is an awesome character, hugely powerful, all-encompassing, opening doors, putting people or situations in your path which lead you to living your divine purpose. His responsibility is to guide you to fulfill the contract you made in spirit before coming in. And what else do we got here? He's quoted as saying, "You are the power. Accept it as your own. Only you are the master of your destiny." So when you work with middle pillar energy, it's really, you're bringing the divine's energy straight through. It's not a matter of, oh, I have to go one way or the other wrong side. One way or the other. I'm taking it from Kether and I'm drawing it straight down into Malkuth. This is where we live. And you're bringing this energy down. So it's a connection to what you were brought here to do, really. So where you're at right now is you're kind of in that pause state. You're getting ready to move forward, but you've just accomplished things, so you're kind of taking a breather. The energy that's coming in is the Mordwin dragon, who is helping you see, okay, this is where we're at. Don't get distracted. This is where we're headed. So you kind of stay on that central path. The middle pillar is really, as I understand it, and there's people out there who will tell you otherwise, and that's fine. As I understand it, is the simplest, most direct path to the divine without distractions. The other sides, one is the pillar of severity, and one is the pillar of, I just lost the word. basically it's the light and dark paths. Those are fine. Those are great. You need that information. Those are good things to delve into, but it's like accessing your higher self and your shadow. But when you really get to a point where you understand the balance through the middle pillar, those things just kind of incorporate. You don't have to go searching them out unless you choose to. So, what energy is coming forward for you? It is the Gaia Gateway activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence. So fire going forward, you're stepping into a very powerful but physical path going forward. The Gaia Gateway, the Gaia concept of Gaia is the Mother Earth. She is the heart of the planet. She is the one who guides us in our day-to-day lives. There is some spiritual energy that comes in here, but with this, what I'm hearing is it's more about the manifestation aspect. It's bringing it into physical form, whether it's a business, an expansion of business, new business, or a new product that you're wanting to work on, or a new job. They're also saying promotions are an option with this. But when you work with Gaia, it's a matter of looking at the physical and the everyday. It's definitely earth energy, so finances, mundane things, everyday jobs, and all that stuff. But there's also, with Gaia, there's this really strong compassion energy going forward. So don't get so focused on work that you forget to live life, is what they're saying. So as you're going forward here in the next 6 months or so, just some things to think about for our fire family. We'll do a quick cut of the deck and we'll bounce over to our next group, and that is going to be Earth with Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We'll switch our symbols here. There we go. Okay, so Earth. We're going to start with the tarot. So where is our Earth family at? Okay, this card is trying to jump out of my hand. And we have the 10 of Wands, so we're working with some fire energy. They're saying that you've brought a completion or a passion project almost to a fulfillment, something you've been working on, whether it's the steps that you started in January are now coming to fruition in this moment, or if it is the project itself is coming to completion. But this is something that you've been passionate about, something that has been a driving focus. Earth, this is really saying you've done a lot of powerful work. You've been so focused and putting your heart, soul, and mind into what you're working on that this is the time to say, well done, and have a little celebration. They're not saying go wild or anything like that, but it's definitely a time of celebration because you've completed a fair amount, if not the full project. And that could be you proposed, it could be that you started that new business, it could be you've expanded the business. However that is manifesting for you. Oh, that's funny. I was just getting to pull the second card and they're like, oh, and don't forget, it could be that new pregnancy that just popped in that they were planning on and it finally happened. So there's a lot of very, very positive energy, and it's all tied to a passion project or passion that you've been driving for. So your guide that is helping you move forward through the next 6 months or so is number 26, the Healer. Now, when we talk about healing energy, this is a growth. This is working through past traumas or hurts, with the 10 of Wands as where you're at in this moment, saying you've done all this work, you've come to the end of this cycle. It may have brought up some things that you didn't know that you hadn't dealt with yet. And the healing dragons are coming forward, or the healing angels if you prefer, to say, now that you've done all of this work and things are moving along, let's just take the break, enjoy the celebration, and in the next few weeks, months, let's look at ways we can improve. It doesn't mean you have to sit down with a list and schedule all. I mean, you can if you choose, but they're really saying, how can you continue the improvement? You've done all this stuff, you've set yourself up for great success, but let's keep working on this. We're humans. We always have something more we can learn and work on. This isn't like a personal thing. It's just simply stating what can we do going forward in the next few weeks to 6 months to improve further. Well, yeah, we've brought that project to a close. We've brought it to its perfect completion point. What are we doing next? And how can we improve as we grow through this next little time? So Your energy that's opening up for you is the halls of learning. This is kind of your Akashic energy. Spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. When you have the healing dragons coming forward and then you have the halls of learning coming after, it's saying this next little bit is going to be a deepening of knowledge that you already have. It's going to be unlocking of new talents that you may have forgotten about, something you did when you were younger that you just haven't really put effort into until recently you started thinking about it. It's now time to start waking some of those older things back up. With the halls of learning and your spirit guides coming forward, pay attention to the dreams that you have. If they're really vivid and you have them more than 2 nights in a row, keep a dream journal and note those things down. It'd be surprised how much your spirit guides talk to you in your dream states. It's amazing when you first are starting off on your path. As you get going, your gut instincts kick in. You can start to see things way more clearly through the day. But when you're starting off and they're saying, but even for those who've been doing this for a while, pay attention to the dreams. The dreams are where things are going to be really being revealed for you, and that's where some of your more deep-seated healing is going to occur. The subconscious stuff that you don't really necessarily need to bring into the physical to deal with it. It's stuff like your subconscious can work through it, but your dreams are going to be saying, hey, we've checked this off the list, we've done taking care of this. So the dreams are real important going forward for our Earth family. Let's see, where are we at? Air. There we go. Air is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius family, this is for you, your mid-month or mid-year check-in. We have, nope, don't have to edit this one. The Two of Swords. So Air, this is, you've been doing some interesting work. You've been clearing things out. You've definitely been revealing the truth of a matter, but you've been doing it in a way that is fun. It's kind of relaxed. It's a interesting turn of phrase. It's a devil-may-care type of energy where, yeah, you've been doing the thing, but you've been just so chill about it that it's not even bothering anyone around you that you've been being upfront with or honest with. And when you're working with Swords energy, this is Air's energy, you're cutting away the stuff that doesn't work. You're cutting away the things that are just completely in the way and unnecessary. So that's where you're at in the moment, is you've done a lot of that, and you've had kind of it's been relaxing. It's not been stressful. It's not like you're going out there to beat the drum of this is the truth and you must understand what you're doing. It's been more like just fun loving. Oh no, honey, that dress does not, no, don't do that. How about this one over here instead? So it's things like that. You've just been kind of lighthearted about it, and that's where you're at in this moment, is definitely a lighthearted energy, which is great because you don't always have to, it doesn't always have to be rough and gruff. Sometimes having the more fun-loving, light-hearted is better anyway. So let's see who your help is helping you go forward here. Number 6, the Confidence Dragons. They're saying that you already have the confidence to go forward, but we're just here to remind you, we as in the dragons, we're here to remind you that you're doing the right thing. Just don't let the ego get in the way. Confidence, especially quiet confidence, is so powerful in that you know what you know how to fix what you know how to fix, and if you don't know, you're willing to learn it. And that's the thing, is you don't have to fake it at this point, because you already know where you're at. Air, it's really clear to you, and the dragons or the angels are coming in to say, you got this. We're just helping keeping you honest on your path to knowledge and awareness, because you're still growing and you're still expanding. There's a little bit of healing energy that comes in with confidence as well, and that's that confidence of knowing I'm not perfect yet, and that's fine. I still have growth to do, but you know where you're at, and that's the important part for Air. So going forward is to go back. You have memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. But when we talk technology in this aspect, we're talking spiritual technology. They're talking about the chakra systems, the energy bodies, the subtle power that lies underneath everything, your sacred sites energy, the pyramids in Giza, the pyramids in South America, Machu Picchu, Stonehenge, the one in Britain and the one in Armenia. There's a whole pile of these things all around the world that are working with this sacred energy. And when you tap into the memories of Atlantis, Atlantis was a culture that was either parallel universe or in this one way long time ago. And the lore has it that they self-destructed because of ego got in the way of what they were doing. They were so powerful that they decided to do some things they shouldn't have, and their entire culture was, according to the lore, dissolved in a night. So when you go back to memories of something like Atlantis, we're talking about memories of forgotten technology and forgotten knowledge. And when we talk about that, it could be a DNA thing. If you've never had or never worked with your DNA being upgraded or woken up, find someone who does that kind of work that's ethical. That's a key term here. And work with that. If you've never worked with your chakras, those you can really start to work on by yourself. Start with the base 7 and then work outwards to the 5th dimensional chakras, which there's about 12 of those total. So really tap into the ancient knowledge and ancient wisdom, Air. And as you're going through, they're wanting to say, Air's really good about this anyway, because you really like notes and lists and journaling, but take note of what works, what doesn't, what resonates, what doesn't, and how you feel before and after, during all of that stuff. They're saying keep a really detailed record, because your records are going to help you moving forward with that ancient technology. So let's hop over to our water family. Water is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So if you are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, and I will put a link to, and it's not an affiliate link or anything fun like that, to a natal chart in the description as well, so that you guys can, if you've never had your charts done, you can have them done. It's really not that, it's not really super expensive. It comes with 10 to 20 pages, depending on what's all in the chart, of information about that time period. And this is a birth chart, so this is where you were born and what does it mean for your lifetime. They're not going to be like detailed about like, oh, in this particular year. It's saying what is it your generation is, what does all this dots and symbols in the circle mean. It's really super handy, but it also tells you your elemental alignment. For example, mine is water and air dominant, and I have no fire in mine. None. My fire energy is 0. So it is kind of interesting to see that, because then it starts to be like, oh, that's why I do this type of stuff. It also is a good guide to say this is where you can work on things to improve. It also is like, this area is probably not going to be best for you. You can try it, but just be aware that's not your strong point. So they're really good charts if you're interested, and like I said, I'll put a link in the description. Anyway, back to our water family. And water, where you're at the moment, you are in number 18. You are in the moon energy. This is major arcana energy, so this is not just a one-off. The moon is the queen of Pisces, of water, not just Pisces. She is the queen of the water. She is the one who rules water's emotional state. This card is really saying where you're at right now, water, is a time of great awareness, but great awakening for you. It says that you've worked through some processes. The moon cycles are 28 days. So you've been going through processes of growth, of focused intention, manifestation, and dissolving, but also as you're dissolving, you're clearing things out. The last 6 months have been a little bit of an emotional roller coaster, about every 28 days if you watch the moon. And so you've been dealing with these cycles of ups and downs. Where you're at right now is you're in a peaceful quiet. You've done a lot of work. There's been a lot of things processed consciously or subconsciously. And when we're talking the energy field, these are things that are going on in your aura and your that your soul's working on that you may not be fully aware of, like those days when you wake up and you're just kind of snippy and bitey and you don't know why, because your subconscious is working and processing things. And that's been a cycle that you've been working through this last 6 months. So where you're at right now is the moon is shining on you, saying your subconscious and your intuition is shining bright right now. And it's because of everything that you've been working through to this point, and now you can start to see a bit clearer. Things are coming together in a way you have hoped for and weren't sure was going to actually happen, but it's happening in this moment. So your guide that is helping you is the number 32, Divine Feminine Dragons, or you could say the Divine Feminine of the Goddess as well. These energies are tapping into that lunar energy. Whether you're male or female, you always carry some masculine and some feminine energy. And with this one, it's the Divine Feminine aspect is coming forward. But they're also saying this is the Holy Mother, the guiding mother principle, that mother goddess type energy. And wherever the goddess steps foot, chaos, birth, and destruction occur. She is the mother goddess, the lady, if you will, is a triple-faced deity. She is a creator, she's a destroyer, and she's a transformer. Maiden, mother, crone, however you want to see it. And when you look at it in that state, there's always something new coming forward, the maiden. There's always something being birthed, the mother. There's always wisdom to gain, the crone. But you also have the aspect of warrior, mother, and destroyer. So you've got another aspect. There's all these different aspects of the Divine Feminine that come forward. But the thing is the Divine Feminine matches with the Divine Masculine. So when this card is coming forward, it's saying maybe it's time to really take a peek at what's out of balance with your energies. Masculine, feminine energies, it's always a little touchy with some people, especially in the last few years. But finding a balance, when you start to work into a harmony with those two aspects, the Divine Feminine's coming forward this time to say, let's work over the next few months to come into a balance and into an alignment. Your emotions are not evil. Let's work with seeing what's going on there. Being masculine is not a problem. Temper it with compassion. There's these beautiful balances that are coming up. But the Divine Feminine aspect is saying work with your female guides. Work with your Divine Mother aspect, that lady aspect. They're saying if you really want to understand the lady, look at the Lady of the Lakes energy, because that's the voice of the Mother Goddess on the planet. So work with that kind of energy where you're coming a bit more into balance this next little bit. You've been doing a lot of work, which has been subconscious. That's the moon energy. The Divine Feminine aspect is coming forward now to say, you've done this on subconscious work. Let's smooth things out into the physical. So where you're going, what kind of energy is opening up, is the Orion activation, supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirthed by light. Water's going through a period of significant change. The last 6 months have been a little bit of a cycle every 28 days or so, but going forward, we're looking at some very powerful energy coming in. Things from the past need to be removed. Things for the future need to be set up. Working with some earth energy, getting some balance and some foundations laid. But to get the foundations, you have to till the soil. You have to tear some things up. This is a little bit of tower energy if you go by the tarot. So you're working on clearing things out now in the physical. You've done the subconscious work. The last 6 months have been subconscious. That's where the mood swings and everything have been going through the cycles. Going forward, you're working to find that new balance with the Divine Feminine, saying, now that you understand, I'll have all this stuff cleared out, let's bring it into a balance with the other side of you. And as we do that, we may have to tear some things down and reset a few things, because the next 6 months is a period of rebirth, of renewal, and expansive growth that only you know how that's going to play out. But the Mother Goddess and the Father God are coming forward to say, we are in alignment with you. We want to help you. But some of the stuff that you've been working through is definitely more on the Divine Feminine side. So she's going to have to work on that side specifically. So with that, I hope you guys got something out of these check-ins. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed this type of content, and let me know your thoughts, feelings, opinions in the comment section down below. Even constructive criticism. I know there's always something we can improve on, and I'm no different. So if there's something that you see that maybe I could do differently, improve upon, fill in the blank, let me know in the comments down below. With that, I will talk to you guys later.